we have a coach on the Forge staff who we affectionately call Cupcake. And in Cupcake's spare time, he likes to walk on a high wire, high above the earth. And we've obtained some exclusive footage of him doing just that. And you might be asking yourself, why am I showing Cupcake on a high wire when this really should be a baseball video? And the answer is twofold. Number one, how often do you play for a coach that walks on a high wire? I mean, that's ridiculous. And secondly, there are parallels between what Cupcake is doing on this high wire and what we do as pitchers with our arms. And if you notice, as he walks on this wire, he's so close to falling to a terrible death, but he uses his arms to balance himself. And that is exactly what we need to do as pitchers. For most pitchers, the throwing hand breaks away from the glove hand at maximum leg lift or right around that time. And that's really the first thing that players and coaches and scouts look at is the arm path or arm action. And most of the advice from pitching coaches centers around the arm path. Conventional teaching comments often include things like break your hand towards second base and your glove hand to the plate, or reach back, or break your hands early, thumbs to the sky, ball to the thigh, and stuff like that. But 3D motion analysis done by Tom House and some others is revealing that the arm path is really a non-teach. It belongs to the pitcher. The arm that you want to mess with is typically the glove arm. And if you take a look at this shot of Sonny Gray of the A's, you'll notice that right at foot strike, his arms are in what we call an opposite and equal position, meaning that they are a mirror image of each other, and that's keeping him balanced and in a straight line to home plate. Keep in mind that a glove weighs about 1.5 pounds, whereas a ball is about 5 ounces. So you do need some functional strength to keep your straight line to home plate, because the glove weighs a little more, and when your momentum gets going, it wants to pull you away from your line. So the connection between pitching and tightrope walking is clear, because if you take the straight line to home plate, that's your tightrope. So the more you use your arms working together and in an equal and opposite positioning, the more opportunity to stay in that straight line, provided that your head is still over your center of gravity. According to Tom House, opposite and equal is defined as the mirror imaging of the glove arm and the throwing arm from the time the hands break until just prior to release point. So essentially, you don't really worry about arm path unless there is a really glaring problem. What you want to alter is what we do with the front glove. And we did a throwing video talking about keeping the glove in the box. As long as we get into that opposite and equal state, that glove will stay in the box and allow us to go in a straight line to home plate. As we take a look at Roy Oswalt of the Houston Astros from a few years ago, you'll notice what his hands do when he gets to maximum leg lift. He separates his hands as he gets into his power angle, and he gets into his opposite and equal right around foot strike. His throwing hand is actually pointed down towards the ground, and his glove hand is in an opposite position, almost pointed up in the air. But that's keeping him balanced. Look where his head is, right over his center of gravity, and then he delivers the ball to home plate. Perfect straight line to home plate, keeping all the energy to where he wants it to go. Here's Andy Pettitte. Look at his opposite and equal as well. Similar to Oswalt. Okay, so you can either be reaching back towards second base and glove towards home plate, or your glove can be up in the air with your throwing arm down. There's different variations of opposite and equal. There's no cookie cutter approach, as long as it's keeping the pitcher balanced, and that is the key to using our arms. Go to Cole Hamels of the Phillies, and he gets into foot strike, and there's his opposite and equal as well. Arms bent at the elbows, keeping himself balanced, delivering the ball to home plate. So Forge pitchers, let's work on getting opposite and equal, balanced, and in a straight line. And let's walk the tightrope.